Stock futures edged higher ahead of today's opening bell on Wall Street. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all recorded slight gains. The spikes come after the NASDAQ and S&P fell for a third straight day yesterday. Elon Musk has sold nearly $7 billion worth of Tesla stock. This comes ahead of his anticipated legal battle with Twitter after he withdrew his bid to buy the social media company. Musk says that he made the move to avoid an emergency sale of stock if Twitter forces the deal to close. July inflation numbers are set to be released in less than an hour. Forecasts predict the consumer price index will show inflation has eased due to falling gas prices. And this comes after June's report showed inflation rising at the fastest rate in decades. Well, back to school is just around the corner, which for many families means it's a time to start thinking about shopping for new supplies. But this year, it's more expensive than ever. Axios senior news reporter Kelly Tyko recently wrote an article digging into this issue. She's with us to discuss more. Kelly, thanks for joining us. Usually I have about like 30 or so items on the list that I get from my kids' school. And you know what people may not be aware of is, particularly if you're in sometimes a public school, a lot of those items go to the classroom in general, right? Because they don't have the supplies that they need. So they're kind of depending on parents to fill in the gap. So when things get expensive, it's not good. And it's not just about school supplies and markers. So break down the numbers. What are people spending and how does this compare to the years past?
So this year, people are spending about $864, according to the National Retail Federation, which is $15 more. But this is $169 more than 2019 before the pandemic. And I know what you're talking about with school supplies going to the classroom. I think that depends on the age level sometimes. I know I remember tissues, and hand sanitizer being something that's usually for the classroom. And I will tell you that I found it interesting that people are still spending money on protective items. It's $57 this year on average, according to a Retail Me Not survey, compared to $78. I thought that was interesting that that's still on school supply list.
I think that's really interesting too. I don't know if I've gotten my list for this year. I probably have. I got to check my email. So what are shoppers actually spending their money on?
Well, they're spending less on technology this year. They're spending about $100 less, according to the Retail Me Not survey, but they're spending more money on school supplies. The price of school supplies, or the amount spent on school supplies, is up 55%, according to that survey. Consumers are being hit by seeing higher prices on these items, and so some will spend less. And then there are some consumers that are not dealing with inflation as much, and they're going to spend 31% more, according to a JLL survey.
Wow.
So it's interesting. It depends on your economic status, how much you're spending this year.
Yeah, of course. So with everything costing more, if you do want to save, is there anything you can do?
Well, there are a few states that have tax holidays coming up. Last weekend, we had 12 states with holidays. Illinois ends this Sunday. Massachusetts starts on Saturday. Maryland starts on Sunday. And a couple others are coming up. But rewards programs are one of the easiest ways to save. And sometimes you're going to get you're going to get discounts that you wouldn't get unless you were in the rewards program. Sometimes that's free shipping. Sometimes that's extra discounts. So that's one way. Target and Bed Bath & Beyond have some college discounts, students for college students. And I really feel like clearance racks, you can find a lot on clearance racks. I've been to a lot of stores, and it's really overflowing the amounts you can find on clearance, especially for clothes right now.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, part of sort of the membership program for a particular store makes so much sense because typically for our family, we just sort of descend on like the staples in the area and we divide it, three of us, and we kind of get everything there because who wants to spend your whole day going from store to store to store? So if we can get a little bit of an added bonus on the next go round, that would be good. Good advice, Kelly. Thank you.
To earn money back on your next purchase.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you don't save today, you'll save tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.